Welcome, students. Please do take a seat, and with that, let us begin. Now, the first thoughts you may have when you think of the ancients may be of the fallen statues of rulers long past, vast underground complexes of ornate carved walls, or legendary burial tombs for those of great honour now sunken to the depths of the sea. These are a selection of the few ephemeral gifts left to us by the long-departed ancients and their culture. While we know precious little about this culture's people and routines in the current moment, their great heirlooms are broadly strewn across the Sea of Thieves. This lecture will detail their great architectural achievements. Windows into the past are plastered across cave walls and cliffs in the forms of beautiful ancient paintings. These paintings depict many things, from stories long passed down between the ancient peoples to depictions of great deities sacred to the ancients. From these paintings, we can extrapolate a great many assumptions of their day-to-day lives, heroes, and rituals. A common thread across paintings is the depiction of stories featuring the ancient zodiac, the constellations and associated characters they represent. Some of these paintings may be representations or abbreviations of very real stories. One such example of this is the large number of paintings on Discovery Ridge depicting the Sea Queen character. It was not until much later that we realised this told the story of the Siren Queen and the origins of the whispering plague that transformed merfolk into sirens. Paintings that do not pertain to the ancient zodiac or tell stories may depict other common concepts encountered by the ancients, like wildlife often met, or some may act as indicators for ritual sites. The mythology of the ancients is a much broader topic often portrayed in these works of art, and as such, that should be a lecture for another time. Art of the three-dimensional nature is often observed as well, with sculptures of heads and other figures being a common occurrence on islands and the waters surrounding them. A staple of island carving populations is large stone heads, sometimes with detailing similar to face paint. These heads are integral to understanding the ancients' identity, as they heavily resemble the carved stone monuments of the Olmec and Mayan civilizations. The Olmec heads inspired later Mayan carved ones. As such, our researchers theorize that the ancients are a splinter from the primary Olmec or Mayan civilizations that took to the seas, eventually colonizing the Sea of Thieves and Caribbean. Besides these heads, carving in honor of the zodiac character of glitterfish stands near a stream flowing throughout this island. This could be a homage to the way the ancients managed a way into the Sea of Thieves by following the glitterfish constellation. More carvings representing zodiac characters are seen at Mermaid's Hideaway, Snake Island, Sharkbait Cove, and Plunder Valley, that each depict the Sea Queen, Singing Snake, One-Eyed Shark, and Great Eagle, respectively. Our next topic pertains to the large underground complexes, temples, and tombs that capture the imaginations of sailors and inspire awe in scholars. A vast complex under a massive island known as Tribute Peak has been indeed taken as the home for one very grumpy gold skeleton, but the architecture still provides incredible sights and displays the ancients' grandiose nature acutely. The Sunken Kingdom holds a high number of ancient architecture that has been repurposed by sirens. Some are simply ruins, shattered and warped into the sirens' designs, while others are near intact, the result of shifting lands and sinking islands. One siren shrine from which we can glean a large amount of information from is the Shrine of Ancient Tears, a large subterranean complex that has sunken deep into the sea floor. This complex once was at water level, a necessary detail as this is where merfolk and ancients conferred and held council. The large central area possibly acted as a main conference room, and the throne room further up a place for ancient tribes to collect, convene to discuss important topics. Tunnels run beside this large room that led to various background storage and management sites. 4 pressure plates activated within a certain time period at the same time opens the throne room, which leads us to theorize within the structure's intact condition, these pressure plates would have required 4 people standing on them at once, suggesting that for a meeting in the throne room to occur, the leaders of at least 4 tribes must stand on the plates. As with many other ancient machinations, lighting fires activates the door that leads into a large maze-like area. The amount of braziers needed to open this door and their locations suggested that opening this area required total agreement. The area that lighting the fires lead to is a large winding complex with many places for storage or tribute. Lighting each area is necessary to reach a final chamber where extremely valuable loot is located. With these designs in mind, it's possible that these tunnels and rooms acted as a sort of central treasury for the ancients and their assorted tribes. The elevators displayed near this area also highlights a nature of the ancients' technology, that while their structures seem primitive, they often are advanced in the mechanics involved. Elevators, sliding automatic doors, and many other things all powered by the magic that ancients harnessed. And this begs the question, how did they disappear? If they were so powerful and intelligent, then what struck them down? Before I go on a diatribe for a different lecture, on uncharted islands, specifically N13, or what is now Reaper's Hideout, small ritual sites can be observed. These have a key placed on a table similar to the one used to open the female warrior's tomb in the Shrine of Ancient Tears. This suggests that these keys are for places heavily important to the ancients, and as such, these ritual sites must have held some quite high significance. The ancients were a grand people. We know so very little of them, but the massive structures that do grace us inspire so much wonder and admiration. From sunken ritual sites to massive subterranean halls honouring the dead, their creations are truly magnificent. I appreciate you all listening to today's lecture, and I wish you luck on your travels and studies, students.